In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a hydro oil and hydro filter change on a John Deere Z series mower. You need 5.9 quarts of oil and 2 filters. This is for the Z series, except for the R series. The one with the R has a hydraulic deck lift, so there's one extra step, but the hydro change would still be the same. So you need a 3/8 drive ratchet, some brake cleaner, the filters, and the oil. The new filters should come with the new little springs that go on top. You could reuse the old ones too, and they also come with 2 O-rings for the caps that come off of the hydros. You'll want to replace those O-rings. You're going to want to use a jack up the back of the mower. You're going to need the back wheels to be off of the ground to let them spin later. And also this gives you more room to crawl underneath there and get to the hydros. I usually jack it up in the center and put a jack stand on either side of the frame. That way it gives you some room to get in between the jack stands underneath with your oil pan, and it's easier to reach under there. So I just get the jack stands placed and then go ahead and lower the jack so you'll have a little bit more room. Okay, you're going to want to get underneath the mower, and each of these black caps with a square in the middle is your hydros. You're going to have to take both of these black caps off and let the oil drain. You want to do this and keep everything super clean. Anything in a hydro unit needs to be kept really clean, so I always spray brake cleaner or carb cleaner all around these caps. Get everything out from underneath it, above it, all the dust and old grass. And these will come off with a 3/8 drive ratchet. It just fits right in there. Loosen one off and this cap will pull off. The oil's going to come out, and then you can pull out the filter. So you're going to want to have a oil pan under here, obviously. The oil should come out clean, like almost new looking. If you have metal shavings in here or it's discolored, then you probably have some kind of problem. And this little spring right here does slide out. The new filter comes with a new one, so you don't have to worry about losing it, but just make sure you get that in there on the new one. You can see the O-ring on the lip of this cap. It gets smashed pretty flat, so you're going to want to put a new one on, and make sure that you take the old one off before you put the new one on. So here's the O-ring I was talking about, a little bit closer. There's the old one that was smashed flat. Just take that off and throw it away. Put your new O-ring on that came with the filter. Just slides right on. And then those 2 U-shaped holes right there is where the spring slides in. It's just a little piece of wire that slides through there. Now that the oil is all drained, you're going to want to put the filter in. On the filter, one side is rubber, the other side is the spring. So you just want to make sure that you put the rubber side in towards the front of the mower, and this just slides right in there, spring towards the back of the mower. And then when you put the cap on, you can see the little peg in the center of the cap. You want to make sure the center of the spring lines up with that. And as long as the filter is sitting in there okay, and you start spinning the cap on, it should go right in there. This is plastic threading into aluminum, So just make sure you don't get it cross-threaded. I'm trying to do this with one hand while holding the camera with the other, so it's a little tough. But just get that snug. Crank it down with your 3/8 ratchet. I don't remember the exact torque on this. You could look that up. And you're just going to do the same thing to both sides. Alright, time to put the oil in. The tank is under the seat, right behind the battery. Has a yellow cap on it. I use a funnel that has a small filter in the funnel. That way if anything drops in or gets through, then it will screen that out. Just make sure it stays really clean. Clean around the cap, clean funnel. Down in this little triangle section, it's hard to see on here, but the deepest part of that recession is the minimum line, and then you'll be able to see another line that says maximum. Really hard to see on here, but if you get a flashlight and look on your mower, you'll be able to see it. So you're just gonna want to go ahead and basically pour 1.5 gallons of oil in here. Just keep an eye out when you get to about the 1.5 gallon mark to make sure you don't go over the maximum. Got all the oil in. Again, this is kind of hard to see on the video, but I'm right at the maximum mark. So once that's full, what you need to do is put the cap on, lower the seat, and we're gonna start the mower and make sure all the air is out of the system. This is a self-bleeding system, so it's really easy to get the air out. Once you put the new oil in, you don't want to put it on the ground and go ahead and run it in case there is some air in it. The procedure for this is just start the mower up, get on it, take the parking brake off, and move the handles forward. Go slow at first, go forward, go back, just keep cycling through it. Then hold it all the way forward, all the way back, and you'll keep doing that. And you'll know if there's air in there. It'll be real whiny. It'll make a little bit of noise. The wheel will go slower than it normally would. So if you're going forward and back, there's no whining noises that are abnormal, and the tires are spinning at the rate that they should for how far you're moving the handle, then you're good. You can just do this a few times after that to be sure. But this is the only thing that it takes to get the air out of the system, and after this, all you got to do is jack it back up, get your jack stands out, lower it down, and you're ready to go to work.